Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another top 10 comic books sold to readers. Yes, Comicron will tell you the numbers of what the comic shops are ordering. This is the list that tells you what the comic shops are selling to the readers, to the customers. Now, after this, we're going to go on over to Comixology and see who wins the digital week. Is it Marvel, DC, maybe Independence? Remember, this is from Bleeding Cool, so take it with a grain of salt if you have to. Now, these are the comic book shops that are taking part this week, so if you're ever in their area, stop by, say hi, and don't forget, maybe even buy something. Don't forget to support your own local comic book shop. Now, with all that aside, and without further ado, let's get this party started. At number 10, we had Savage Avengers, number 7. Coming in at number 9 is Spawn 302. At number 8 is Scott Snyder's Undiscovered Country, number 1. Coming in at number 7 is The Green Lantern's Black Stars, number 1. In the number 6 spot is The Amazing Spider-Man, number 33. At number 5, we have Year of the Villain, The Legion of Doom, number 35. At number 4 is Legion of Superheroes, number 1. Coming in at number 3, The New Mutants, number 1. And the runner-up at number 2 is City of Bane, Batman, number 82. And last week's winner is X-Force number 1, coming in at number 1. Oh my goodness gracious, how do I score this? We have 2 independents, but we have 4 Marvel, 4 DC. Marvel takes the number 1 spot, but DC has more in the top 5. I would still have to give that to Marvel, because they did take the number 1 spot. But I don't know, there is argument to say DC won the hard copies just because of the 3 in the top 5. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we're going to take a look at what the comic book shops have to say about this week's countdown. Expected a better sales week with all the new first issues for Marvel and DC. Hopefully the rest of the week will see improvement. Yikes. Now this countdown does count the Wednesday Warriors, the ones who show up on Wednesday more than anything else. So I'm hoping this isn't the signs of another shop closing, that they can't get a great week out of all these number 1 issues and everything. That's kind of scary, man. X-Force number 1 just barely beat out New Mutants for the top spot this week, likely by virtue of being the more popular title historically. The numbers weren't quite as high as Excalibur, Marauders, and X-Men, so I assumed the Dawn of X might finally be cooling off a bit. All of the acetate covers from the DC sold about twice as much as the cardstock variants, and it's no surprise given that they've got the coolness factor working in tandem with the cheap cover price. Oh, the X-Men are living large. The freaking foil covers are back. It really is everything bad about the 90s, isn't it? Daredevil's numbers were up a bit from previous weeks, probably due to an especially appealing cover from Tedesco. Legion of Superheroes had an alright launch, but everyone seemed to pass on the flight rings. Maybe because people really can recognize a fraud when they see one. Come on, it's not the real Legion. These aren't the real Legion rings. Well, I don't mean like real, like they can make you fall. You get what I'm saying. Despite dropping 2 number 1s on us this week, the X-Books continue to hold the top spot, though the margin by which they do now is paper thin. Hot on the heels of New Mutants and X-Force, Batman continues to try and reclaim its past reign at the top of the charts. Maybe that fancy acetate cover helped close the gap just a little. Towards the middle of the list, we break out of the endless Marvel DC Ouroboros with a debut of hotly anticipated Undiscovered Country with Scott Snyder and Charles Soule collaborating on writing duties, along with Giuseppe Comunicoli, and Matt Wilson on art. This definitely has a bit of a supergroup feel to it, and yes, the bird is flying from my head to the computer at this point. The final most noteworthy thing about this week's chart is what didn't make it. The debut of the brand new Legion of Superheroes failed to crack the top 10, despite some very lovely art from Ryan Sook and Brian Michael Bendis on writing duties. I am starting to believe, though, because, you know, this is the way I am inclined to believe, that I don't think it's in spite of Brian Michael Bendis that this didn't do well. I know I should be showing my face on this, the little cartoon me, when I'm talking about other things. Anyway, I'll click over that. Anyway, dang it, Bird, come on. Give me a chance to record here. Come on. Now, see, what happened was I was starting to record this, and Gail came in. She just came home from work, and the bird, when we first got it, bonded with her instead of Elizabeth. It was supposed to be Elizabeth's bird. So now he kind of sees her as the mama, and when he saw her come in, she came in, and she was on the phone, and he was making noise, so she rushes out. So now he's going nuts. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? I let him out of the cage, hoping that maybe that would quiet him down a little bit, but he's been flying around looking for her and making all these noises and everything. So I apologize for that. I don't know what to do. This is where my computer is. And I keep saying, okay, we got to move the bird, but it's Gail's bird. She keeps saying no, and I can understand that. I can understand. Anyway, let's get to the digital countdown over at Comixology. Starting the countdown off at number 10 is The Amazing Spider-Man, number 33. At number 9, we have The Green Lantern's Black Stars, number 1. Coming in at number 8 is Undiscovered Country, number 1. In the 7 position is Young Justice, number 10. At number 6, we have The Immortal Hulk, number 26. At number 5, we have Year of the Villain, Legion of Doom, number 35. In the number 4 position is Legion of Superheroes, number 1. Coming in at number 3 is City of Bane, Batman, number 82. In the runner-up position, at number 2 is New Mutants, number 1. And just like as the floppy copies, at number 1, we have X-Force, number 1. By numbers, this is a DC win. It's 5-4. But by position, X-Men or the X-Force and New Mutants take the number 1 and number 2 spot. So you still got to give it to DC. They just had 5. You know, you have one independent comic book and four Marvel. So, hey, good going DC for the top 10. But, you know, I expanded all the way up to 20. And the back half is usually owned by Marvel. We're going to see exactly what happens. At number 11, we have Fantastic Four. Number 16, it's now 5-5. At number 12, the independent comics get their second entry with Die, number 9. Coming in at number 13 is Lois Lane, number 5. It is now 6-5 in DC's favor. At number 14, Daredevil, number 13, makes it 6-6, tie game. At number 15, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 12, gives Marvel the lead, 7-6. At number 16 is King Shazam, number 1. It's now a tie game, 7-7. Coming in at number 17, Doctor Doom, number 2. Marvel leads, 8-7. At number 18, we have Star Wars Dr. Aphra. It's now 9-7. In the 19th position is Batman Universe, number 5. It's now 9-8, still Marvel. And Savage Avengers closes the book on any hope of a tie at number 20. It is now 10-8 Marvel. There you go. Once again, I'm Team DC. We took a loss at the digital, obviously, this week. It's kind of questionable, in all honesty, as far as who won the floppies. What do you think? I really want to know. Should I award that because of the 1 and 2 position to Marvel, or is it really a DC win because they just had the numbers in the top 5? I don't know. That is, I want to give it to DC because I'm a DC man, but I do have to be honest. I want to keep this competition honest, you know, keep it on the up and up. That's kind of the thing. Anyway, gang, that's the countdown. What do you think? What was there that shouldn't be there? What is there that shouldn't be? And what are you thinking that, dang, that book was good, man. It deserves to be much higher on the list. And why did you just flash on to Buffy when it wasn't anywhere near the countdown? I will tell you, I went a little bit too far. That was like number 23, I think 22. So there were a couple of covers that I collected that weren't actually in the top 20. That's why that's there. Anyway, what I want to know is what you think about the countdown. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, of course. If you haven't done it already, subscribe and make sure your notifications are on all and you're ringing that notification bell. What was it called? The notification squad. That is necessary so much these days. And if you haven't done it, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi and help the channel out. Just drop $1 into the tip jar. Anything helps. You can even commission a video by going over to Ko-Fi. Links in the description below. Pick out a topic, pick out a subject, and we'll get that video to you ASAP. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.